We have recently purchased an 18th century timber-framed home in the Balkan mountains for just £6,000. Since our last video, we've made some progress with the renovation process. We've made 2 more discoveries about the house. We've received some amazing help from people who view our channel, and we've also had a couple of disasters. Beginning with the updates, we have finally got some water. We also got some hired help to help move the heavy slates down from the roof. We've stacked them up in the garden ready for repurposing. We've done a lot of clearing of the garden and rebuilt these steps, which were very dangerous. We've had a bit of a disaster in the garden in that we spent a long time digging to find a sewerage pipe. We were overjoyed to discover the pipe was actually there, only to be very disappointed that it ended abruptly. So we still have no sewage disposal. We've also hit a problem in the kitchen. We've had a bit of a disaster, and Jeff had an accident. Maybe we shouldn't have dug up the floor. Jeff, what do you think?
The problem is we don't know how sound the floor is. It's very springy and very soft. And looking at how rotten these boards are, and the fact I've fallen through it, I wouldn't feel safe walking on top of this floor. And I assume this stuff was laid with moisture.
Okay.
And these boards here, well, we can see how brittle and dried out they are.
You don't think we're being a bit imperialistic, trying to do it like we would in England instead of doing it like the Bulgarians do it?
It's a problem. If these clay floors had been laid level and flat and not all over the place, you could maybe have left it, I don't know, but I would have always worried then that someday I'm going to go through the floor.
Okay. Well, you've already fell through it now, haven't you?
Once, so I don't want to go through that again.
Okay. We have another clay floor up here, but we won't be touching this one for the time being. My main concern, however, is the roof. We really do need to get this roof sorted. We have been having an awful lot of rain, which is quite unusual, so I'm really worried about the roof. Whilst clearing out the roof, we made another discovery. Wow. We made another discovery thanks to one of our amazing viewers who pointed out that the plaster here is different than the rest of the room. We realised that this was a bricked up door, and sure enough, when we looked at the other side, here it is. We did want to turn this into a dining room, so we've been working to level the floor, so at least we won't need to create a new doorway in here. We can just replace the existing one.
One of our biggest problems is finding someone with knowledge of how to repair these old windows. They're probably in excess of 200 years. They have no glazing beads. It's all one moulded piece with a slot in between, as you can see here, for the glass to go in. But that means that all the glass and the frame would have to be assembled in one go together, which I think maybe was the case, but there's no glue in the joints. The whole thing is just loose. But, I don't know if anybody's got any experience or knowledge of anyone that's worked with this type of window. I would certainly appreciate some help and information.
As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we've already had some amazing help from viewers. One very knowledgeable Bulgarian gentleman explained to us that the house must be older than we actually thought it was. The reason for this is our secret room. He pointed out that as Bulgaria was only liberated from the Turkish regime in 1878, that the house must have been built at least 20 years before that date, or the owners wouldn't have bothered to have created the room. We've also had some absolutely amazing advice from a lady who specialises in renovating old timber-framed buildings. We will be following her advice in the coming months, and timber-frame structures have now become my bedtime reading material. Up in the mountains, the rain turns to snow as we make our weary way home.